Let's talk about some clubs doing some really good business in the transfer window. And today I want to talk about Stevenage, a club who I think are going under the radar and building a really good squad. Finished 14th in League One last season, and to be fair to Stevenage, they're probably punching above their weight in terms of club size. That's a good finish. I think they also finished top half the previous season as well. Probably a big reason why Stevenage haven't finished a little bit higher is a little bit of a goal scoring problem. Whilst Jamie Reid is a good player, 8 goals up top isn't enough to get into the playoffs. And that's probably Dan Kemp's ceiling in terms of goal return. He was their squad on the final day versus Bolton, and across his show players that have been released or have left the club, and obviously loans that have returned to their parent club. Straight away what you'll notice is that Stevenage have kept a significant bulk of their squad. And considering it's already pretty solid, they've got very, very good foundations. Let's look at the players they've brought in so far. They brought in Jordan Houghton from Plymouth. Jordan started out at Chelsea's academy, had a very, very brief spell at Gillingham last decade, and has been a very impressive performer for Plymouth in midfield over the past few seasons. He's a good ball player in centre midfield. He doesn't really get many returns on goals and assists, but he's a fantastic addition to a League One squad. Chem Campbell was also signed from Wolves on a permanent deal. He spent last season on loan at Reading in League One, scoring 5 goals, 2 assists. Reading were in a playoff push, and he made a significant contribution to that. Once again, this is a fantastic League One signing. Stevenage haven't disclosed the length of his contract, but if it's a 3-4 year one, that's a very good long-term investment. They've also signed Phoenix Patterson from Fleetwood Town. Now, I don't know much about this player. However, I have seen a few TikToks made about him. He was very impressive at Fleetwood last season, very quick, and I think probably more of a left winger than a left wing back. He just fit into Fleetwood's system that way. He'll provide balance for Stevenage on the other side, where Chem Campbell will be on the right-hand side. And then finally, Saxon Early is signed from Plymouth as well, in at left back. Hasn't played many games in his career, but he has played at Stevenage before, so he knows the club. And he looks like a very good squad depth signing. So as usual, when you consider all the signings, the squad gets put together a little bit like this. The main thing is that Stevenage have kept the bulk of their previous squad and just added to it. They have a very solid back line, which I'm sure they'll add more to. And their midfield has now quite a lot of energy and creativity with Dan Kemp. So the positives, as I've said, they kept the bulk of their squad. They've added youth, pace and energy, and there's still plenty of time left in the window. Negatives wise, they still lack a bit of depth, especially at centre half, and they need a striker who's going to score 15 plus, 20 plus goals. Can Jamie Reid be that man? Another negative is that the league is arguably more competitive this season. So early prediction is quite optimistic. I've got them in the top half.